everyone and welcome back to UZEX News on UzReport TV channel. Today in our edition you can get acquainted with the latest exchange news and definitely with the results of the Uzbek commodity exchange for the first quarter of 2022. Traditionally at the beginning of our program we offer you the results of trades on all trading platforms of UZEX market and definitely the price dynamics of the top commodity positions. These were the main indicators of UZEX exchange over the past week. Now let's dwell on the Uzbek commodity exchange activity results for the first quarter of 2022. Over the past 3 months of this year, about 26.7 trillion soms transactions were concluded on all trading platforms, which is 51% higher than in the same period last year. On average, transactions amounting to 8.8 trillion soms per month were concluded. Transactions in the months of January were 6.9 trillion soms, as we can see on the screen. In the months of March, about 10.8 trillion soms, the highest figure for the period under review. There are some minor changes in the trade turnover structure. A significant part of it, or about 83%, is on the exchange market, as we can see on the screen. The top leadership position here is taken by the exchange trades, which goes with 83%. The second position is occupied by public procurement, which accounts 15.7%. B2B e-commerce goes with 1% and vehicle license plate online goes with less than 1%. Let's dwell separately on entrepreneurs' participation indicators in the electronic trading. The total volume of transactions concluded with the participation of business amounted to 6.5 trillion soms. At the same time, they acquired commodity resources for 5.4 trillion soms, as we can see on the screen, and definitely sold their own production for 1.1 trillion soms as well. As for the structure of exchange trading, the largest transactions were concluded for energy resources. They are going with 25%, as we can see on the diagram. Mineral fertilizers are going with 12% and takes the second position. And the third top leadership position here is taken by several commodity assets. For example, feed for livestock, cotton products, and definitely non-ferrous metals. All of the commodity groups are going with the same percentage, 9% at the Uzbek Commodity Exchange. And definitely it's worth to mention about ferrous metals, which goes with 7%, foodstuffs, polymers, and constructional materials are going with a 6% each at the Uzbek Commodity Exchange. So let's go and look more properly the next diagram, which is going to be the e-procurement harit.uzex.uz. At the total volume of transactions concluded in the months of January-March 2022 in the electronic public procurement system harit.uzex.uz regarding to the corresponding period of 2021 increased triple times more and amounted to almost 4.2 trillion sums, as we can see on the screen. At the same time, the budget savings and corporate clients increased threefold either and amounted to 879.2 billion sums, as we can see on the screen. In the months of January-March 2022, on the website of the Uzbek Commodity Exchange, Avtorakam.uzex.uz was sold more than 40,000 license plates, as we can see on the screen, in the amount of 86.7 billion sums. At the same time, car number sales increased by 27% in the quantitative terms, in total by 40%. The difference between the average starting price and the sale price was, on average, 47%. 80% of the funds received from the auto numbers sales in online auctions are sent to the state budget, 20% to the Internal Affairs Ministry Special Fund. We move to a separate segment of the UZEX exchange trade market. Generally, we'll consider properly the cotton fiber market for January-March of 2022. Over 51.7 thousand tons of different varieties of cotton fiber were sold through electronic trading of UZEX platform during the period under review. More than 50,000 tons of cotton fiber were sold. The average monthly sales for the period under review was 17.2 thousand tons. At the same time, there is a mixed trend in the sale of this product at UZEX market. If in the month of January 2022 the volume of sales amounted to 17,000 tons, in the month of February this figure upturned to 21.6 thousand tons, and in the month of March it has dropped to 13.1 thousand tons. Let's look at the cotton fiber sales structure next. And generally, in the past period, three different types of fiber were sold. The highest sales were in Class 1 Type 4 fiber, which accounted for 84% at the UZEX exchange trade platform and takes the leadership position. The second position here is taken by the second grade Force type, which goes with 10%, and definitely it's worth to mention about the third grade, the Fourth type, which goes with 2% at the UZEX exchange trade platform. Let's consider the cotton fiber prices evolution over the months at the domestic market of the UZEX platform. During 2022, monthly price developments in the local cotton fiber market showed a divergence. While in the month of January, the average price for all types of cotton fiber was 32.2 million sums per ton, as we can see on the screen. And in the month of February, this figure rose to the maximum position, 35.1 million sums per ton, or 9%. In the month of March, the average price for all cotton fibers dropped slightly to 34.8 million sums, which is definitely quite positive news for the consumers of cotton fiber at the domestic market of UZEX platform. According to the cotton fiber regional purchase structure, it's worth distinguishing some leaders. The combined share of Tashkent and Tashkent province goes with 26.2% on consuming cotton fiber at the UZEX exchange trade platform. Definitely it's worth to mention about Fergana region, which goes with almost at the top leadership position with 25% respectively. On the next position is Jizak region with a share of 14%, as we can see on the screen. Namangan region is also among the leaders with a share of 13%, as we can see on the screen. The share of the remaining regions is relatively lower. These were all commands for today. Thank you for watching us and being with us. Do join us next week on UzReport TV channel, and definitely visit our website at www.uzex.uz. See you next week. Bye.